How's it going, guys? It's Josue back again with another video on HearmeRaw, and today I want to talk about, man, how even Fox News is actually sharing the truth about what's going on with this whole pandemic, which a lot of people have been calling it the plandemic. I've shared with you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, I've been sharing the news about how they're blowing things out of proportion. They're making things appear to be a lot worse than they are. You got places like Sweden that have not imposed a lockdown as severe as other countries have, and yet the other countries have higher numbers of these coronaviruses things happening. So the truth is out there. Thanks to the internet, man, like thanks to the internet, it's very hard for the powers that be or for the people that are trying to control everybody to really keep that control. People are speaking up. They're trying to silence you in so many ways. It started with YouTube and censorship. How now if you talk about coronavirus, if you talk about 5G, if you talk about these topics together, your video will get taken down. And now there was this video of these two doctors, physicians, that they went over all this paperwork, and this was scientific paperwork. And I love that science is about not finding the truth. Science is about saying that the truth is unknown, and that we're always going towards the truth, and that we don't know everything. That's why science is. That's why we experiment. That's why we make mistakes. That's why we have these trials. So science is actually very spiritual in its own right. So science and spirituality do need to come together. And so these two doctors, physicians, have been, they went through all this paperwork, and they're saying that this doesn't make any sense. The fact that they are quarantining healthy people, keeping them locked up in their house, it doesn't make sense. The fact that they're spreading all this fear, it does not make sense. The fact that doctors are being encouraged, and nurses are being encouraged to say that it's coronavirus when they think that it might be something else. Like they might think it's the flu or pneumonia, but they're being encouraged to say that it is coronavirus. And hospitals are getting more money, a lot more money, to say that it is coronavirus. They're getting a lot more money to put people in ventilators. This is not new. We know about this. For instance, how hospitals will try to get you to do a C-section because they get more money out of it. Money, money, money apparently is more important to these corporations than the people that they are supposed to be serving. We already know that one of the top causes of deaths in hospital is because of mistakes. And sometimes it's not even mistakes. Sometimes these mistakes happen towards minorities. And one thing that the coronavirus is shedding light on is what's going on with the minorities. Things like these, they do not affect the higher ups. They do not affect the people that have all the money. They do not, but they affect the minorities. They affect the essential workers, which is going to be a lot of minorities that hold this position. Like this country was, the United States, was practically built on the back of slaves. It's built on the back of slaves. It's built on stolen land. And this is still apparent to these days how these communities are being marginalized. They're being taken advantage of. And they don't have proper health care. They don't have the proper rights. They don't have the proper education. And the redlining, this is just fact. Racism is true. Colorism is true. All this stuff is happening right in front of us. Like there is no denying it anymore whatsoever. And this coronavirus is bringing this to light. So yeah, so YouTube ended up taking this video down after it had 5 million views, and even Fox News is reporting that this was not a good thing to do. Fox News is even saying how like we're going towards a totalitarianism type of culture to where we have no freedom of speech, because that's what YouTube is doing. We are stuck at home, and all that we have in means of communication is these platforms that we have no control over: Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Facebook owns all of those things. That's a lot of control, and you cannot trust that guy that owns Facebook. I think Mike Zuckerberg, is that his name? You cannot trust him. Like these companies are all the time going to court, for violating our privacy, violating our rights all the time, but they have the money to come out of it more often than not. And a lot of times the public doesn't hear about this because we're distracted by so many things. And now that everybody's talking about the coronavirus, there's a whole bunch of things going on. There's a bunch of policies being passed, and we're just being distracted every day. What's going on with the coronavirus? What's the death toll? How many people are dying? Blah 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 blah. But the actual science shows that this is not a very deadly disease. It's highly infectious, but it's not a very deadly disease. And by us being locked up, how are we going to build herd immunity? By us being locked up in our houses, by not getting fresh air, by not moving our bodies. I think it's beautiful that the earth is getting a break. I think it's absolutely beautiful that the earth is getting a break from this, that the earth is healing and animals are being able to roam a little bit more freely. But And I think after coming out of this, we're gonna do things a little bit differently. We're not gonna be running down each other. We're not gonna be running 24/7 the way that we've been doing, because the way that we've been living has not been sustainable. So that has been brought to light as well. But yeah, the lies, the fear is a tool to divide and conquer. They're having us being separated from each other. We're no longer being able to hug each other anymore, which releases a lot of dopamine. A lot of us are avoiding eye contact. We're not being close to each other. So this is harmful. And people being homo as well. You got domestic violence going up. You got rape and stuff going up. You got child abuse. All this stuff is going up because everybody's locked in their house. Not only are they locked in their house, but every day if they're paying attention to the news, which if you're a good citizen, you need to be watching the news, you're gonna get stressed out and it's gonna affect your immune system, which is gonna make it easier for you to get sick. And also, you got the placebo effect to be telling people that they're sick and things like that, and people being told that they have the coronavirus when they don't. Your brain might actually start creating these symptoms in your body. Do your research, stay woke, man, and know that love is the answer. And trust in your body, have faith in your body. Be sure to get some fresh air. Be sure to stretch. Be sure to do some breath work, some pranayama, some meditation. Calm yourself down. Stay away from the news. Stay up to date if you need to, but like don't have it going on 24/7. Don't let these people fool you. And then you got the president saying all these things: hydrochlorophyll, bleach, all this stuff. The president of the United States is going on there and saying this stuff. It's like, how can you even take this thing seriously when you have the president of the United States doing dumb shit? I'm just gonna say it, doing dumb shit. Like, I can't even take this shit seriously no more. So don't let the fear get to you, man. We're gonna make it out of this. A new world is gonna be built out of this, and I think we're gonna be all better for it. I think at the end of the day, the people are gonna realize that we need to come together and not let this small group of people that have all this money, because that's another thing too is coming out, that the rich have been getting richer since the pandemic while the poor get poorer. So stay woke, man. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.